Hi everybody, this is Wayne Kramer, author of the brand new book Heroes of Time Legends, Murdoch's Choice, the debut installment of the Heroes of Time series. I'm here today to tell you a little bit about the book in its different forms, and also to show you the paperback and hardcover versions that have arrived fresh out of the box. This book is available in ebook, audiobook, and print versions from Amazon, as well as my own website, heroesoftime.com, and other online retailers like Barnes & Noble and Books A Million. So we're going to start with the hardcover version, which I'm really excited about. I love the way this thing turned out. Here you can see we have our cover art, which, again, I love the way that this artwork turned out. It's beautiful. We have some purple fires here. Wonder what that's all about. We have the ship. So you can see this is a seafaring adventure story. And we have up here planetary rings. These are the rings of the world of Elioran. So this takes place in a fantasy world. It's in a different world completely, a different planet. This is on the front Captain Murdoch's ship. So this story follows an adventure of Captain Zale the Gale Murdoch and his crew of Murdoch's mates as they set sail and embark on a quest to find a mythical object. And it's a fast-paced seafaring tale. It takes place in the year 3203 of this world, and they get into all kinds of antics and troubles and challenges, and hopefully you'll find that enjoyable. It's a nice quick-paced start to the series until we get into some of the heavier content that I have planned for later on. So here on this hardcover book, you can see that it is jacketed, and it is also a matte finish. So it's a very smooth, not a slick, but a very smooth finish. It doesn't slip out of your hands, which is very nice. A lot of hardcover jackets are very slick, and they want to fall off the book, but this one's not falling off the book. It stays on nicely. However, if you are one of those people who likes to remove the jacket, or perhaps you lose the jacket, this jacket can be removed and you will still have a full color hardcover. Unlike a lot of hardcover books, as you'll probably recognize, those tend to have the very rough feeling and plain cover without any of the imagery. You might get some words on it, but this has all of it, including even the back cover text. So if you lose the jacket, you're not losing too much, but you are losing a little bit because the jacket itself has some content. On the first cover flap, we have the cover copy text, which is basically the summary of the book, or the marketing summary. It tells us a little bit about what the story is. And then on the back cover flap, we have a full color picture of me, yours truly. And I'm sure many of you will recognize this locale. This is, in fact, the residence of Bilbo Baggins from The Hobbit. And I did actually get to go to New Zealand to see the Hobbiton movie set in person. It's one of my favorite all-time trips, and I really hope to go back someday. But here we have just a brief summary about the author and that picture there at Bag End. And here on the back of the jacket, this is an excerpt from within the book. That is only on the hardcover jackets. Then we have the paperback, which is right here. This is also a matte finish, so it doesn't really slide out of your hands very easily. It feels really nice when you hold it. Still, the print comes out very nicely. The cover comes out really nicely. You don't have the jacket material, but it's still a very nice paperback book. Just to show you some of the contents that we have here, here right in the beginning of both versions, and this is actually, the internals of the book are the same for both, the hardcover and the paperback. Everything else is the same. It's a cream colored paper, which I think is easier on the eyes as opposed to just a bright white. Here at the start we have praise for Murdoch's choice. And we have the preface and acknowledgments. Now, what fantasy book would be complete without maps? We have maps. Here we have the Grantrillia continent, and the story takes place here in the kingdom of Tuscany, and particularly right here in the port city of Warvonia in the province of Rockney. So here is where the story will start and where Murdoch's ship will set sail from. And here we have a broader view of what's going on, the Great Crescent. So this was the Grantrillia continent that we just looked at, and here we have this large land formation which makes up the Great Crescent, and we have all these different nations that are scattered out within. Where Murdoch goes, you'll have to find out by reading the book. And here we have the Queenie, which is the ship that Murdoch sets sail in. We have an exterior view, and we have an interior view with lots of different parts of the ship marked, everything from the crow's nest all the way down through the lower decks, in different places like the makeshift female cabin and the captain's quarters and all of that good stuff. These are also available if you would like to see in more detail in full color and larger sizes from my website, heroesoftime.com. Just follow the links there to the artwork pages or the Murdoch's Choice page, and you can see the full-size artwork that goes with this book. There's also lots of character art, similar to this. We have Captain Zale the Gale Murdoch right here. We have another character named Boomer right here. He's a red panda. And then a whole bunch of other characters that you can see full artwork for on the website. And then finally, I'm going to show you here in the back the crew log, which is very special because you can see it's in handwritten form, like the captain wrote this, the captain himself. In a way he did. Captain Murdoch is based on a dear friend, colleague, and family member who passed away a few years ago named Daniel Skip Person. And we actually we went back and found notes of his in his old Bible and in some old work notes. And we were able to take the letters that he wrote. He had kind of distinctive handwriting style. We were able to take all the letters and sample those out. And my artist, illustrator, was able to piece it all together so that we have a full crew log with name, station, and remarks, all in his actual handwriting, which I think is very cool. We have a calendar here of the month of Jovador and also the month of August. The story takes place throughout these 2 months. And then in the back, of course, we have a more extensive about the author version. That is it. I hope you enjoyed this little tour and introduction to these books, and I really hope you'll check it out. The hardcover is available for $24.99, and the paperback is available for $14.99. And again, autographed versions are also available from my website at heroesoftime.com. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope to see you soon.